I'm Joe Staszak for Nittany Central with your hot read of the week. Well, Penn State has had some time off to reflect on a very uninspired win over a 5-touchdown underdog in Bowling Green a couple weeks back. But a win is a win is a win, and now it's back to business for Penn State. Up next, a winless Kent State team that's only a 49-point dog for Saturday's game in Happy Valley. Well-coached teams learn from their mistakes. We're going to learn some things about this Penn State team on Saturday because there is much work to be done. Here are 3 things that I believe the Nittany Lions need to fix going forward if they're going to be a serious contender in the upcoming 12-team playoff. Okay, number 1. How about their attitude? First of all, who are you to take the week off just because Vegas labeled you as a 35-point favorite? I know it's not Ohio State. I get that. But it's week 2. Nice win over West Virginia opening week. But last time I checked, this Penn State team is in Georgia. They haven't won 2 national titles in the last 3 years, and they don't have a 42-game regular season winning streak. They haven't earned the right to sleepwalk through an overmatched Kentucky team that looked more like Georgia than Georgia did last weekend. Penn State gave up 24 points only twice last season. Bowling Green dropped 24 on the Lions in the first half in week 2, scoring on 4 of their 6 possessions. Penn State defensive coordinator Tom Allen apparently made the proper adjustments at the half. It's called an attitude adjustment, and it worked. The Penn State defense gave up just 3 second-half points, and only after they forced 3 straight punts and picked off Bowling Green quarterback Connor Bazelak twice late in the fourth quarter, escaping disaster and getting out of the home opener with a 34-27 win to go 2-0. Number 2, clean up the penalties, and that goes back to discipline. 8 penalties for 60 yards against West Virginia, 7 for 76 against Bowling Green in game 2. In both games, Penn State was a superior team on paper with superior athletes. Usually you see the inferior team with the lion's share of penalties because they have to hold more, bump people past 5 yards downfield, grab jerseys to nullify their inferior speed, etc. West Virginia, 1 penalty for 5 yards. Bowling Green, 3 for 18 yards, just 23 yards in penalties against the Nittany Lions versus 136 yards for. That means Penn State is committing 87% of the infractions through 2 weeks. You might be able to get away with it against West Virginia and Bowling Green, but try that against Ohio State or the Trojans, and the outcome will most likely be very different. Number 3, how about more consistency out of the wide receivers? The much maligned group has been a little feast or famine so far this season. Harrison Wallace III had a huge season opener in Morgantown where he pulled down 5 grabs for $117 and 2 scores. But how about 0 catches against Bowling Green? All told, just 3 receptions for 37 yards from the wideouts in week 2. Omari Evans led the way with 2 catches for 34 yards, and Julian Fleming, the much heralded transfer portal find from Ohio State, just 1 catch for 3 yards. And that followed up his Penn State debut of 0 catches in the season opener. We'll find out about this Penn State team a lot more if they can learn from their mistakes on Saturday versus Kent State in Happy Valley. We shall see. I'll be back next week with another hot read. I'm Joe Staszak for Nittany Central.